Alright, lads. The next topic is about teams outside the Prem. How you think they'll fare in the Premier League? We always, especially on Twitter, you see people that watch Italian and Spanish football saying, "Nah, they're gonna win it." That. So, in terms of we're looking at Bayern Munich, Dortmund, PSG, Lyon, Napoli, Juventus, Real Madrid, PSV. Why not? So, how do you think? We'll start with you, Michael. How do you think they'll do in the Prem?
I mean, for anyone that listens to me, I don't really rate the Prem like that.
Oh, don't start.
So no.
The Prem is as good as it gets.
Levels be levels, man. No, yeah, the Prem is top league, 100%. But people act as if there's teams out there that can't come here and do dirty things here.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
I'll say Juventus for example. I mean, Juventus are our top team right now.
Yeah.
They are also unbeaten in their league.
Yeah.
In Europe, I don't know if they're not unbeaten anymore. But they're top side, and you can see the difference in class between, for example, them and United.
Yeah.
And the only reason they lost that game was Allegri making that tactical change, which wasn't necessary. You're in control of the game, win it. But in terms of class, they definitely compete for the title.
I disagree. Not especially using Juventus as the example, because Spurs gave them a good game, right?
We were all over them at Wembley.
That's what I mean. No, but I'm
That's the thing, like that.
No, but I'm talking about consistency over 37 games, right?
Yeah.
The fact that I saw that tells me that they won't be as consistent throughout the league. They'll probably win enough games to finish top 4 and compete, but they won't come in and dominate.
That's in 2 games. I mean, as much as I rate the Champions League, I'm a big Champions League fan, and that's how I use the barometer for like consistency and top class and that stuff. But Juventus are a team that domestically, and I know about the strength of Serie A not being that great.
It's only the last 2 years that
we've had.
It's
lifted, yeah. But regardless, there's a reason why they've been able to dominate at that level. And for me, like if you look at the clubs in the Premier League, City will definitely pose a threat, of course.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
I think our top 6 can chat to Juventus. Every single one of them.
They can pose a threat, but how many of them will you look at them and say?
Don't include Man United. No.
How many of them would you look at and say they'll beat Juventus? I mean, I want United.
All of them. Yeah. That's what
Arsenal.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to talk about. Consistency. They're not gonna come in here. What do you think, sir?
Arsenal.
There's something Charlie Austin said the other day when he was going off for one. He said this is the best league in the world. I mean, I agreed with everything Charlie Austin said about the VAR, but I don't think it's the best league in the world, because whenever people talk about the Premier League being the best league in the world, they always talk about physicality
and entertainment.
It's such a physical league. Can all these foreign players come in? Yeah. I remember Bonucci chasing armed robbers out of a building once. If he can chase armed robbers out, I'm pretty sure he can.
Did he not break the guy's jaw?
He did. So the guy's got a gun in his hand and he takes him out. Okay, I see that. Yeah. But he can't handle Ben Mee. I see that.
And Spurs were on top of them. I remember that game. Yeah. But you have to understand, like, in that game, there was a whole praise about how Juventus defended. But that's the standard for them. Mm. And in this league, we've seen that the level of defending, bar 5-6 defenders.
No, but the standard that you're talking about, they should have scored a couple of goals.
At it this way.
They should have, but they couldn't because
they could have. They just were not clinical.
Juve went through that game. Juve went through that game not because of them. It's because of us.
Okay, you bottled it. Yeah,
lack of experience.
You did bottle it.
Yeah, but we're talking about lack of experience.
But they can't show through. I mean, Dybala and Lutel will score. Higuain. Okay,
there's 2 moments there.
Higuain scoring against.
But that's the difference between that's the difference between a good side and a top side.
And we had an inexperienced Davinson.
Because in this league, do we not?
But Davinson Sanchez did his thing in the Europa League final against us. Everyone was like, "Yeah." Like the thing is okay, fine, experience, yeah. But like, here's the reason why. Because I agree with both of you. Like the Premier League, I've been saying for years, it's not like commercially, yes, it's the best in the world because obviously it's here in England. But I always look at it like this, yeah. The smaller teams in Spain would do you know what? They would absolutely run game on the top 6.
What?
Well, Betis. Do you know what's funny?
Betis are playing well this year, right?
Listen, teams like Real Betis, Real Sociedad and that.
Very underestimated.
Okay, for example, Real Betis, like, if they were to face Everton, for example, they would run Everton out of the building.
Can I say something though, right? now the Prem all leagues go through stages. The Prem went through stages where our top clubs, let's say our top 8, maybe top 10 clubs had average managers. They had managers that weren't good. Now you're looking at the top 6, the top 8. They have very good managers that know how to manage a game and deal with it.
But where do you think they came from? Where do you think these
No, I understand, but
you're coming from real betters and these kind of teams. That's what I'm saying to you. The thing is that these small teams, like, it's like, for example, like when England thought they were gonna just knock about with Iceland in the Euros, and then Iceland showed them a little side. That's what I'm trying to say to you, is that these smaller teams, like, they would give the top 6 in this country a run for their money and probably beat them. Yeah. And the kind of football and the style of football, that's why, you know, like, whenever, let's say in the Europa League, like, if, like, for example, in Burnley, where, like, you know, everyone was like, oh yeah, like, if Burnley went up against a Real Betis, you know, everyone in this country would expect Burnley to, because they're physical and they're this and that. Like, and no one outside this country would expect Burnley to win, because even the lower teams in these countries play really good football. It's just that you're going up against the Real Madrid's, Barcelona's, Juventus, and Bayern Munich's of the world.
You know who knocked out Burnley from the Europa League?
Who was it?
Olympiacos.
That's
This is the
From
team
Greece,
that sacked 15 players in that summer.
Yeah.
This summer just gone because the chairman Marinakis that owns Nottingham Forest, or part owns Nottingham Forest, he was fed up with their league position because they were 10 points clear at the top, and then they bottled it. So he basically fined the squad 350 grand and sent them on holiday. Said, "I'm going to get rid of you." That's what he did. So he's basically reassembled a new squad, and a new squad beat Burnley convincingly over 2 legs. Yeah. So, you know, there are teams that Bournemouth are doing well, but when you put them up against Inter Milan or put them up against, or even a Wolfsburg, for crying out loud, they get ripped to shreds, because there's this elevated self-opinion about the Premier League where it's like, oh yeah, we're the best in the world because we've got the most money, because we've got the star players. I remember when Middlesbrough had Ravanelli and Juninho and Emerson. They went down.
And they got to the final.
They got to 2 finals, 2 cup finals.
Fulham as well. Didn't Fulham
got to the final? And that's what I'm saying. England had that period where you had Liverpool in the final, and then none of the England teams. Then Liverpool again, then United 2 times in a row. And then United again, then Chelsea.
That's what I'm trying to say. I think we're heading towards that bit, because we went through a phase where we didn't have good managers. Now we're heading towards that direction where I'm looking at what Marco Silva, Eddie Howe, the top 6.
Marco Silva got 2 clubs relegated.
Oh dang!
Not much. I understand, but didn't he take over whole like halfway through or something? It was too late. He came from Porto with a very good record.
The whole one you can give him because that was a job.
Even Watford, they're a pretty solid team. Do you know what I mean? And
is it because of the owners? Is it because of him? Because, you know, Russia's come in, he's pretty much taken to another level. Yeah. The thing is, I see what you're saying. The difference is you can only gauge it by what our teams do in Europe. And apart from Liverpool getting to the final last season, what was the last time we've seen United in Europa League?
I understand that, but I'm looking at consistency, right, from these top teams. And I don't think they'll be as consistent as they might show in other leagues, right? Because, and I'm talking about, you're talking about style of play, blah, blah, but if they're playing against another team that want to play football as well, then it's easier to deal with that. If you go somewhere, they're sitting back, 10 men sitting back, right? It's a different ballgame.
Look at the Serie A, for example. I think Juve, it was very close last season, right, between Juve and Napoli. But again, what you said about gauging, Champions League's kind of the only way to really gauge it. Napoli got smashed by Man City.
Napoli ignored it.
They got smashed by Man
City.
No, but
Napoli manager even said he has no interest in the Champions League.
By Liverpool.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's true.
And that's what I'm talking about with style of play, right? If you play nice against nice and you have the better players, the quality players, you come through and win it. If you're playing nice football against a team that just wants to sit back, are happy to sit back. When Pep first came, he complained about that. That the team don't even want to play; they're just sitting back. That's why he was drawing games and he didn't do what he had to do. That's why he had to almost take it up another level. That's what I'm talking about. And they play nice football, yes, but it makes it easier for the top teams to play against them.
The thing is, like, I understand what you're saying, but in the Premier League, you've got let's say 5 teams at the moment, because I'm not going to put United in there. To be fair, so you've got Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, right? I'd say Liverpool and City are probably on a different planet at the moment.
Yeah.
Spurs are running them close. To be fair, they're under the radar at the moment with Spurs, and because they like to bring the stadium up and whatnot, you know. But it's just that if you put an Inter Milan, or I wouldn't say Inter because it was smashed by Atalanta, but you Juventus, or if you put in a Real Madrid or a Barcelona,
Napoli even, yeah.
wouldn't even say Napoli. They haven't won the league since '99.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
But you mean to tell me that they wouldn't turn over Burnley or a Watford or a?
So
Is that the
so
argument?
so in summary,
compete.
in summary, is it a case where you guys think they'll finish top 4 or win the league or compete? What do you think?
Absolutely.
They take
What?
points off each other, don't they? They take
Barca
points
around
off each
Madrid
other.
would win the league.
Barca and Madrid
I'll say
will, because with Barcelona we know who they've got, so that one's kind of.
What about Juventus? What about Juventus? Will they win the
I
league?
think Juventus can
Well,
win the
they'll
league.
easily win the league.
I think they'll win the league.
You lot
Man
are
City. Not easily.
What?
No, not easily.
Regardless, I don't see them winning the
Man
league
City,
here.
Why not?
I don't
Man
see
City
them
why not?
winning. I just don't.
Judge.
I don't see them as that superpower that you guys see them as.
Look at genuinely look at the squad this season.
I've seen the
And
squad. I
look
know
at the
that.
depth. We talk about no, in this league, in this country, we talk about team. There's one team in this league, actually 2 teams now,
Yeah.
that have very good depth in their team. That is City and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Juventus have done that this window. If you their window, forget about that. In fact, they haven't really sold anyone. They added Shan, Ronaldo, Cancelo, all those guys, because they've got to a stage now where they say, like, and I like how they think. Like, I don't think a lot of English teams think like this. We've dominated so much in our country that we need to now add to it to dominate Europe. And they've been to 2 finals and they got slapped by Madrid twice, right? They're now looking at it saying we need to do that. The thing about City, we talk about City domestically destroying people in, like, we saw what they did to United on the weekend. But then I'm not shocked when they lose to a team like Lyon, because a team like Lyon will look at you and say, we know what you've got, but we don't come back and say we're afraid to play you because you've got this guy and try and rather stop what you've got attacking wise.
Yeah.
We'll go toe to toe with you. We saw it. We saw how Fekir and Memphis when all these guys were driving at them. And Dombele, last season they got 100 points. The first team to beat them was Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah.
Because they went for their neck. So this idea that these teams in England can just run things with these teams coming apart from maybe Barcelona and Real Madrid, like even in like okay, I don't count Germany anymore, but you know, Syria have got some good size, and Atalanta slapped Inter Milan 4-1. Man United got slapped by Brighton.
Yeah.
But you don't count Man United in this.
Yeah, I have to.
Let's run
because
down.
they're my team. They're still big. They're still big team. You know, so for me personally, the teams in Italy, the big teams in Italy, and well, apart from AC Milan and Spain, the big boys will come and do some things here.
Fair enough.
Germany, I don't worry. To be honest, Bayern Munich, I don't even look at them. I've been looking at them for at least 3 years now.
Yeah.
Borussia Dortmund are taking advantage of Bayern Munich's downfall.
Yeah.
So I don't count Germany right now. Plus, if you see the defending in that league, it's
I think it's sensationalised, whereas like Napoli and Dortmund are season 2 hipster teams of Europe, innit? And they people sensationalise them and elevate, put them all like on that level. They're like, oh, they are on that level. No one knows
Napoli
them.
aren't that.
They're not.
Roma used to be a hipster team, weren't they? And
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid was, and it goes in circles. But I think when it comes to the technical and the tactical side of things,
they're further ahead.
you know, the teams on the continent are by far. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, you put City and Liverpool up there because obviously Guardiola's got his own philosophy and club and whatnot. But if you put them toe to toe week in week out, put Juventus in the Premier League, they'll be up there with Liverpool and City because the quality isn't as good as what people make it out to be. I'm sorry, it's just you know.
Put it like this. Sorry, put it like this. Yeah, if you took City and Liverpool out, like, and you put Atletico Madrid into this, I think Atletico Madrid will win the league as well.
Fair enough. Right. Thank you guys for your opinions. Hopefully, the UEFA, the whole Europe League they're trying to create, maybe we might see that and we'll see what actually.
I do not want to see that happen.